Hello and welcome everyone, I'm C.S.Gilmore and this is Phasmophobia. So, I tried the big payoff challenge mission for a previous week. I think it was last week or the week before, I can't remember for sure. Anyway, it was basically a, no, we're not doing that thing. You have zero sanity, you have zero sanity restoration, and it was in the prison, which is one of the biggest maps. I was just like, yeah, okay, but where is the ghost? And by the time you find the ghost, or it was, I can't remember if you even started with sanity. I think if you did start with sanity, it was only the basic sanity and there was no restoration for it. But biggest map. By the time you found the ghost, there was no hope of it anyway, and it was going to attack you. And you die. Because good luck running away from the ghost in the prison where it's super dark and you couldn't even find your way. Good luck finding where to hide, much less to find the ghost. This one looks a little more doable this week. Starting sanity is 75. There is no sanity restoration, but everything else looks fairly normal. It is going to be challenging because the ghost will only give 2 evidence. So you have to figure out 2 evidence bits and then try to guess the rest from ghost behavior, I guess. And it looks like Cursed Possessions, the tarot cards, and the voodoo doll. Fuse box is off, and fuse box is broken, so don't even bother trying to turn it on. Sanity monitor off, activity monitor is on, medium hiding places, weather's random, setup time is 0, so immediately as soon as you go in, you're in danger. So yeah, this week's challenge is definitely still challenging, but since it's Ridgeview Court that it's in, which is a considerably smaller map, I mean, look at this, 16 and 3 levels versus 29 and 2 levels. Yeah, I think Ridgeview... Well, okay, never mind. There is Sunny Meadows, which is even worse. 69 and 2 levels. Forget that. So, there is a worse map. I don't know what Sunny Meadows restricted is, or why it's question marks on that. I guess maybe it's a random number of them. And so, yeah, there's a few maps that you just forget about it. Don't even bother. We're going to go in here and we're going to give this one a try. And let's see what they gave us. I love that they even provide a sanity pill, even though it's pointless because the sanity pills do nothing, from what I could read. Alright. Response 2, we're unsure. Yeah, I'm not even going to worry about bonus things. The biggest thing is I am now going to just worry about get in, figure out where the ghost is, and get out. I'll need a light. I'll need this, and we'll take that with us. Our best bet is probably to take this in with us and just hope that we spot ghost signature. Now, the cursed possessions could help us find it, like the for example, the whatchamacallit, the voodoo doll, for example, could help with showing things because you could activate it and be like, "Hey, ghost, are you here?" by poking the voodoo doll and see if anything happens. Like, because it'll cause the ghost to move something. Oh, we got ghost activity. I didn't catch what it was, but alright, we're found the right spot already. Great. That's awesome. I wish I had a flash. I wish I had a way to turn on the lights, but we must live without. What did we record? Was it ghost orbs or that I didn't catch, or was it something else? Or was it throwing things? The light switched on its own. Oh, good. I'm glad that the light switched on its own, even though there was absolutely no way for me to tell that. So good thing I happened to be pushing the record button at that very second. Because there was no way to tell. Alright, we'll take the dots, we'll take that. I wish our characters had more than 3 seconds of stamina. There's that. Didn't see any ghost orbs earlier, so that's probably not what we're going to be getting. Because ghost orbs usually seem like they show up right away. Alright. Let's take this. Let's take... The thermometer won't even help because of the fact I can't turn on the breaker. So, unless it is freezing temperatures, the thermometer won't be able to do anything. It has to go, like, cold right off. Hope I'm not wrong in that my recording just picked something up because the ghost flipped a switch, but then it's actually not here. Ew, okay, that's weird. You know, we'll work with it. I don't know if this ghost can flip switches like that in places they aren't. I suppose it's possible. So we could be just throwing everything in the wrong room, but at least we're getting in the house. I just don't remember quite all the details with how the ghost functions with some of these things. Oh, I've got a few other tests I can run. So, yeah. I have a way to tell, I guess. Are you friendly? How old are you? What room are you in? Are you friendly? Alright, I think that's a good sign that it's here. How old are you? Well, for toast, probably. Oh, I didn't even get a warning there. It just walked in and said, hi. What a weird scene. Okay. Well, that was that.
Welcome back.
Luckily, I don't lose anything from these. I should have just placed a random guess, but... Yeah, I died. 2 XP. Great. Let's try one more try.
Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. Got the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
And flashlight so we can see. And that. Alright, let's try this once more. Nothing. Seeing anything. This would be an annoying room to have the ghost in, just because it's so tiny. Sometimes the doors are just open, by the way, so that's not even a good way to tell if, hey, is the ghost here? Just because you can't actually tell. See any indicators there? Ghosty friend, are you here? Casper the Murder Ghost. This looks like one of the hiding spots. Not a very good hiding spot, I'd say, but it's a hiding spot. Alright, probably upstairs. No indicators here. No indicators here. Closet to hide in. Chill. That's a good indicator. It's probably here. Well, right in the hallway. But at the same time, it might not be just because of the power being out. Okay, can't hide in that closet. Well, so the question would be, yeah, that was in this hallway, right? Yeah, definitely this hallway. Let's put that there. Let's put you right here, even though you don't seem to be working all that well. Let's get out of here. Grab more stuff. Take this just for comfort, even though it's useless. Video camera. That is a very dark place. Oh well. Dots. Temp. Unfortunately, since it took us so long to find a rough spot, the likely spot, we are also kind of toast as far as our sanity goes. And if it moves locations, like it very well could, we might be toast anyway. That was the best in the breath there. Doesn't necessarily mean it was there, but that was, since that's the only place we were seeing our breath, it seems like a good indicator that it was probably that spot. It doesn't necessarily mean it was freezing temps, though. It just means that was probably the spot. Alright, grab that and that next. Freezing temps are confirmed. Okay. Please write in the book. And don't kill me. Bye. Okay, now that we're out here where we're safe, let me take a moment to write that down. Freezing temps confirmed. Ghost. It was a myling the last time, right? Is known to be quieter when hunting. Mylings will frequently make paranormal sound. More frequently make paranormal sounds. It did make a sound, and I didn't hear it coming until it grabbed me. So that made sense that last time. Vocal and active ghost. Alright, interesting. Wonder what we're getting this time, though. We've got that, we've got that. I should grab this and this. So really, the best... I don't know if you have to survive or just guess it correctly with these challenges. I don't remember if it says you have to particularly survive it. Are you friendly? How old are you? Are you friendly? Oh, it just tried to kill me. Great. And 0 on the EMF. So, that tells us something at least. Let's get out of here. Alright. Well, this is a problem. Okay, 0 on the EMF. Even though that should have triggered something, so let's turn EMF off. Back to this. Ghost orbs is a negative. If we're lucky, it might show up on dots. Our part with only 2 evidences is it's even less likely that something will pop up. Alright. Demon, Morai, or Mimic? Let's say no dots. Doesn't change anything. Spirit box. If it's not spirit box, it's that. Alright. If it's not ghost writing, it's a mimic. If it's not ultraviolet, it's a Morai. If it's not spirit box, it's the demon. Kind of leaning towards demon. But let me check the ghost seeds. So, demon. Most aggressive ghosts we've encountered, known to attack without reason. They seem to enjoy the thrill of the hunt. Strength demons will initiate hunts more often than other ghosts. Weakness demons from fear of the crucifix will be less aggressive near one. I mean, it did take me a while to attack, probably because I had a crucifix up, but it did try to attack. So that's a good possibility. Morio, how you pronounce it? Have risen from the grave to drain energy from the living. They have been known to place curses on their victims, curable only by antidotes or moving very far away. Strength. The weaker their victims, the stronger the Morai becomes. Weakness. Morai suffer from hypersemia, weakening them for longer periods. Hyperosmia? I have no idea what that means. That's not a word I know. I'm going to look that word up, because that's a weird word. Because I am not familiar with hyperosmia. Is a perceptual disorder that causes an abnormally heightened sense of smell? What? Does that mean that they'd be susceptible to the incense burn? And the mimic. The mimic it's mainly that it pretends to be other things. And one of its main giveaways is ghost orbs, if I remember right. Alright, I'm kind of leaning towards demon. And I don't dare go in there to try again. To get more evidence, just because it's very evident it is not going to give me another go. We don't see anything on dots. We don't see anything there. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let's go with it. Sometimes you just have to try. And it's not like we're losing anything either way. I guess just because of the way the challenges work. A Hantu?
I've prepared some jobs for you.
Hantu. Really? Alright, so that wasn't even one of our lists. So what did I miss? Must have meant that one of the things I marked off as probably not was actually it. Hantu. Ghosts. Hantu. Ultraviolet ghost orbs? So for some reason ghost orbs just weren't showing? Odd. Hantu is a rare ghost that thrives in the coldest climates. The cold seems to make them more aggressive and empowered. It didn't feel like that was the case there, though. Alright, weird. Well, enough with the challenging. With the challenges for now, we will shift over to normal professional mode. I think. Not nightmare. I don't feel like doing nightmare right now. Because this one is ghost will only will hide one type of evidence, so it has two evidences is all. I'm just gonna do this one, and where should we go? We haven't been to a few places. Let's see, we did the campsite a bit. I didn't do Camp Woodwind though. No, we did Camp Woodwind. It was the campsite we didn't do. Let's try that one. So once again, outside areas are a pain because of the lack of being able to test temperature as well. But you can usually get a bunch of other things figured out. Oh, the power box is an easy to reach area. This is a kind of a medium map, by the way. It's an interesting one. But let's try this. Got that. We'll take one of you. We'll take our flashlight. And we'll take this. So with this one, we start out here. We can go in this one. It's a lovely little area, full of horror and not fun. At least we can turn on the power, so I should be able to get some lights on eventually to look around with. Shame it's not in the cabin. Let's just turn on a light. That'll make it easier to tell if the generator's still running. Okay, this one could just be open. But this might be it too. Let's look around. No clear indicator. We'll bear that in mind though. We'll cut along this way back towards the front. Wish it wasn't quite so dark. Right. I have a flashlight. I should turn that up. I was just using the video recorder and it was like, yeah, I forgot I had actually grabbed the flashlight. Normal sounds for this place? Apparently. I like that. So it could just be in this little utility closet, I guess? That's fun. there is the bone. Let's grab it. I don't even go worry about pictures right now. This one's open. Are you here? See it. Don't see any indicators of it. Turn on that lamp as an indicator we've been here. Alright. Back up towards the front. That lamp wasn't on before. Now we got bugs, but not ghost orbs. Oh, something recorded. So it's here, looks like. Ghost orbs. Okay. Put the camera right here. We'll drop this right here. Okay. Turns out I went all over the place and didn't even need to. Grab you. Grab you. I love how I can just leave the book out here in the rain and no worries. Okay, that should work. That. Yep, ghost orbs. Let's turn that evidence on. Just in case it ends up being freezing. And for the EMF readings. Too long ago, no indicator on that. Three, four. Didn't see it, but fake haunting. We only got the 4. Temperature still dropping. We'll leave there. Let's go back and check our sanity. We might just be getting to the sweet spot where we're low enough for it to start doing things, but we might also be entering the danger zone. Kind of getting into the danger zone. I'll drink one there just to be safe. So I can finish focusing on the setup. Nothing there. That is freezing temps for sure. Okay. Are you friendly? How old are you? Are you friendly? Are you angry? Well, okay, that works. I'm just gonna nope on out of here then. Let's see what our bonus objectives were. Journal, Spirit Box, and Freezing Temps. Onryo. Okay. Onryo does what again? Often referred to as the Wrathful Spirit. It seals souls from dying victims' bias to seek revenge. Known to fear any form of fire and will do anything to be far from it. Ah, yeah, this fire one. Okay. Great. 3 unique photos with a photo camera. Not likely. Prevent the ghost from hunting with a crucifix. That seems awfully... I don't like any of those. Let's just go. Nice map. You can also go out to this area over here, which we didn't do, but we didn't need to. The Mimic. Ah, threw me off. Well, it did its job well. I didn't think about the Mimic because those Spirit Orbs. I should have known that was an option. There's the Ghost Orbs. I should have known. Okay. My bad. Hey, that one always gets me. The Mimics always throw me off. Have I shown you guys the lighthouse? The lighthouse is interesting. Let's do that.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. The ghost here seems to be linked to a cursed object. Go and take a closer look. Maybe using it will help your investigation.
Yeah, the cursed object will help with the investigation. Sure, man. Just like it'll help me to an early grave. Where is the power box? Oh, it's way up high. 4th floor? Great. So this is an interesting map because it is a lighthouse. So you've got this little house at the bottom, and then you got a lot of up to deal with. We definitely want to get the power on though, because it'll make life a lot easier. Nothing behind here. Okay. Little glow lamp. That's nice. I like the design with the blue carpet and the little boats. Now, in my experience, this floor seems to be a favorite for the ghosts to be on. Maybe not always, but it seems to be a common one for what I've experienced. Alright, power on. Let's do a little more poking around. Ooh, a bathroom. I wonder how the plumbing would work up here for a lighthouse. Nope, we got a recording. We got ghosty orbs. Alright. So here you are, my man. Don't mind me. Bring that down. Have fun in the little room. You can go all the way up to the top and run around the very top of the lighthouse on the outside even. So it's a ways up there and yeah. Okay, we're gonna go down here. Let's flip a few switches just to get a little bit of light to help us and to give us an indicator of when things are going wrong. This would be a good floor to find a light for. Where's the switch on this floor? Is that here? Yeah. There. Now we have a good indicator if the generator's still running or if it cuts out. Don't really want to drop my light source just because it would be a real pain to get out of here if the lights do go out. I've tried moving around this map without a light source before. Not a fun time. Unfortunately, because it is up so high, we'd have to make a few long trips. Nice place, though. I like the scenery they put into this one. And while it isn't a tiny map, and the verticality of it can be kind of annoying at times if the ghost is up high, it can definitely make it still a bit of a trip. At the same time, it's a fun design, different than the average everyday use the usual takes they put in this. So I don't know. It feels more unique just because of the way the layout is. I haven't seen any bones lying around, right? Or cursed objects. I'm not very good at finding cursed objects. I just don't know where they put them on some of these maps. So it does make it kind of difficult. Here's your book. Let's just put you here. Not throwing a lot of stuff around. Someone made a mess. Yep. I'll risk it. Just for the sake of being able to carry more than 2 items up at a time. It's such a pain having to go 2 items at a time. This is one of the things that it really helps to have multiple people with you in the game. Just because you can each carry some stuff. And it just saves everyone a headache in that regard. Okay, we need this, we need this, we need this. Nice brick texture. Yeah, I see how dark it is without a light on. This is one of the problems with it, because the light between the floors is kind of difficult to work with. Right, there's the switch. There's this. One more up. Okay, we got broken glass on the ground. Great. Broken glass. Not fun. Let's check that again. Freezing temps is go. Don't think it's written in the book. It's so hard to tell sometimes, though, because sometimes it's just such a faint writing. So I always get nervous that it's not. That I'm just not seeing. Journal, freezing temps. Let's see, small chance of mimic. Oh, and no, I don't recall if mimics did freezing temps. That was a big giveaway for what they were or weren't. Don't remember all the rules. Oh, the lighthouse is actually running. That's cool. I guess that's an effect of turning the power on. Well, let's take this and... that. And that. A little suspicious of that cushion. I don't recall that being on the ground. Maybe it was. I always get suspicious of items just being on the floor in areas like that. Because it could be twins or something that are chucking items around. Is my turn off? I did. There it is. How old are you? Are you friendly? Are you angry?
Hate.
Great. And that, so Ghost Box and Ultraviolet, it's the Mimic. Aha. Well, let's get out of here before we try to type anything into our journal, just so we don't get sniped off by the Ghost Key and Cranky. In case it manages to bypass the crucifix in some way. There we go. Alright. So, Ultraviolet and Spirit Box, which means Mimic. I don't know why they discount the Mimic with that sort of thing. It's just kind of a weird setup there. But alright, we have the Mimic. Let's just go test this. Make sure I'm thinking right on this. Also, it'd be really nice to just catch the Mimic. Yes, that's one of my achievements I hadn't gotten yet. So, yay, Mimic. Paid nicely. Alright. Complete 50 contracts. Oh, didn't realize I played that much. Doesn't feel like I played that much, but I guess it's over lifetime or whatever. So, yeah, we got all these ones. I've as you can see, I've survived a few other ones since they started the reward system. Oh, that's weird. The Mimic just swaps between all the others. That's cool. Onryo, the twins. Wait, is it all the others? I see. I don't see the fire one, but maybe it's just because it doesn't go. No, there's a couple of them. I wonder if the mimic doesn't imitate everything; it only imitates certain ones. In which case, maybe that's how we could tell which ones it might imitate, or I don't know. It could just be that it looks cool. Professional. No more training wheels. Bare essentials. EA. Huh. Well, that's that. We got some nice stuff. Good. Alright. Where are our stats? Our stats all looking at. Don't care about that so much. Let's get a better camera. Alright, now we got some of those. Management. Quick loadout. Where's my camera? Camera. Let's fix. Yep, we got those already loaded up. Photo camera. Level 2. We need one of them. There we go. Yeah. Alright, loadout set. We're done. Wait. Coming soon is a thing? So it looks like they're working on some feature then? I didn't realize that was there before. We're getting close to October, so I imagine they'll be doing a Halloween event at some point here. I don't know if I'll do anything with that or not. I kind of feel like I've really shown you guys the majority of how this game plays. Once again, I recommend play with friends. It's more fun that way, and you get to not have it be immediate game over on a run if you die. Unless you all die, and then, well, only so much you can do. But all in all, it's a good game. It definitely really set the stage for this sort of gameplay, and then a lot of people built off it since then. And in some ways, I think better ways. In some ways, worse. It depends on the game. But this one's been pretty well done, and I think it's finally getting close to being done with some of its updates and major design choices. I don't know. It's been in works for years. But at least it's actually still been getting updates. Huh. Why is that red? Oh, that's just the basketball hoop. That's right. Okay. Well, everyone, hit like, hit subscribe to keep up with new releases if you're new here and haven't done so already. Comments below. What have you guys thought about the game? Favorite maps? Least favorite maps? And, what's your favorite number of people to play with? I tend to play solo. I don't know what it would be like to play with other people on this one, unfortunately. But I've seen people play with groups, and it can be good or bad because, sometimes you play with a big group, you get someone just trolling. But you also get the ease of moving equipment in, ease of if someone dies, you can still continue the investigation. All sorts of things like that. It can be good or bad to have a big. Plus, you also need to carry more equipment, which means more potential expenses, which means you could lose more if people die. I don't know. It's got its ups and downs. But it's a game, and it's not bad. I don't know if it's quite what every once in a while I get the itch for it, and I come in and I play it, and that's why I'm showing it to you now. But other times, it just, I'll probably uninstall it after this and focus on some other things, because I'm just don't have the feel for it right now, and I'm not sure if I'll bother coming back for, almost certainly they'll do a Halloween event. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But it does get a little samey at times, and so the higher difficulties are. It feels like there's a huge jump in difficulty between professional and nightmare. Like the next level up, just suddenly, it's not only just hey, and now you only get 2 evidences, but it feels like the ghost is very much less likely to even give you those 2 evidences. Maybe that's just me, but it sure feels like that. And it just, the difficulty jump is huge. And yeah, those weekly challenges like this, sometimes you get some that are challenging but doable. Like the current one, I think is doable but still hard. Other times you get like the one I showed you guys, which was it was in my opinion easy. The one that I actually did, and then you get some that are like nigh impossible, like the one I mentioned where it was in the prison, and you just start off with like, well, you're toast. There's no power. There's no sanity. There's no. I can't remember if there were hiding places. It was just all of these. Oh, and you were slower, and the ghost was faster. That was part of that one. It was just bad. So sometimes you just get some janky challenge tasks that don't work for the weekly challenges. At least not as a solo player. Maybe if you had 4 people playing, you could throw some bodies at it, just to even find the ghost, and then work from there. I don't know. But that's it for this game. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bye, everyone.